Hello, all my dear students. Welcome back again. My name is V. Swarnalakshmi. I am an intern at Intellify. I am a student of first year Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department from Savita School of Engineering, Chennai. In the last session, we all saw about the introduction to a new unit, physical and chemical changes. We also saw about the various types of physical changes that are taking place around us. Today we are going to see about the chemical changes that are taking place in our surroundings, knowingly or unknowingly from our conscience. So, in order to start with what is a chemical change, I would like you to ask a question. I would ask you, what do you mean by rusting of iron? Think over it for a while. Okay, so what do you understand by rusting of iron? Rusting of iron is just nothing but a natural phenomena which generally takes place in our surrounding. If you haven't seen rusting anytime you just go to your parents and ask them to show you some sort of old iron box or old iron scissors, or if you are living in old types of homes, just go onto your terrace and just see the iron bars which are clinched outside of your terrace. You will find, if you will touch them, you will find a dark brown color powdery substance on your hand. This is nothing but rust. Wait a minute. There is a new substance, rust, formed over here because iron bar is generally silver in color. From silver, it got transferred to brown. Confused? Don't worry. Till the end of this video, you will surely get the answer to your question. So, I'll give you a shorthand introduction to the topic of rusting of iron because it's a very important topic of this unit, which we will be continuing in our next session. So, what actually is rusting is, if you see figure 2, you will find that a boy called iron is standing in the middle और एक तरफ से उस पे पानी का कंटिन्यूस जो है लड़ाई चल रही है उसकी पानी और हवा के साथ. तो मॉइस्चर और वाटर उसको कंटिन्यूसली भिगोया जा रहा है एंड उसका प्रोडक्ट क्या फॉर्म हो रहा है, वो बेचारा बंदी बन गया है, उसके हाथ पैर बंध चुके हैं, राइट. वो हो गया रस्ट, जिसका उसके उसके पूरे बॉडी पे एक लेयर चढ़ा दिया है ब्राउन कलर का, वो हो गया रस्ट. सो द ब्राउनिश फिल्म ऑन द सर्फेस ऑफ आयरन इज कॉल्ड रस्ट. द प्रोसेस in which iron reacts with air and moisture is called as rusting. So I hope you would have realized that there is a new product form. So before coming to any conclusion, let's see what else we have in order to show so. So friends, now the main thing that we have to notice over here is physical changes में change हो रहा था physical properties में. अब क्या chemical change में chemical properties में भी change होगा? अगर आप ऐसा सोच रहे हैं तो आप बिल्कुल सही है, क्योंकि ये सारी केमिकल चेंजेस तो हमारी आंखों से हम देख नहीं सकते, क्योंकि केमिकल्स के अंदर जो छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स होते हैं, जो एटम्स होते हैं, जो मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं, उनकी बॉन्डिंग इंटरमॉलिक्यूलर मतलब बहुत ही छोटे लेवल पे, माइक्रो लेवल पे होती है. इसलिए इट्स वेरी इम्पॉसिबल टू हैव इट क्लियर विजुअलाइजेशन ऑफ इट ऑन naked eye solution. But over here, if we observe the chemical changes that are taking place, we can surely overcome this difficulty. So, I will like you to explain this. I will explain you this with the help of few examples or experiments. Mind it, if you are following these experiments, please ask your teacher to do so, or if you are yourself doing it, a warning for you all, please do it with utmost care, because all the chemical reactions in chemistry can be somewhere or the another a reason for danger for everyone out there. So what you have to do is, in the experiment number 1, there it is burning of magnesium ribbon. I will not give you any inference or any final answer for that, because at last we are going to club all these experiments to come up to a single point. So, burning of magnesium ribbon. What will happen if you burn magnesium ribbon? I hope you have clearly observed that magnesium ribbon is somewhat silver in color, roundful in shape in the figure 1, as you can see. Now what you have to do is, you have to take a small piece of a thin strip or ribbon of magnesium, clean its tip with sandpaper. क्लीन करना क्यों ज़रूरी है? क्योंकि मैग्नीशियम रिबन को बहुत दिनों तक मॉइस्ट एयर में रखने के कारण या ओपन में रखने के कारण पॉसिबिलिटी है कि वो एयर के साथ रिएक्ट करके मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड की लेयर फिल्म बना दे, इसलिए उस लेयर को हटाना बहुत ज़रूरी हो जाता है। इसलिए हम उसे सैंड पेपर से थोड़ा क्लीन कर लेते हैं ताकि हमारा फाइनल प्रोडक्ट सिर्फ और सिर्फ प्योर ऐश मिले और कुछ नहीं। सो नाउ जब हम उसे बर्न करेंगे एक कैंडल फ्लेम के ऊपर, आपने कभी अगर प्योर वाइट कलर नहीं देखा होगा तो आप एक बार इस वाइट कलर को देख लीजिए, और अगर आपने देखा भी है तो भी इट्स अ ब्यूटिफुल ब्यूटिफुल ब्यूटिफुली ब्रिलियंट वाइट इन कलर, प्योर वाइट जिसको बोलते हैं, इफ योर मैग्नीशियम रिबन इज perfectly a magnesium ribbon one. And what happens is, just take a small pellet, keep it below the place where you are watching this firing incident, and just try to collect the ash that is being dropped by fallen from the burnt magnesium ribbon. So now the question is, what happens when the magnesium ribbon is burnt completely? Down in the pellet you will see various small tiny particles which are clumped together in that pellet, which is called as ash. Does the ash look same like the magnesium ribbon? Of course not. So what actually happens over here is, the magnesium ribbon, which was pure magnesium, in the presence of oxygen, burnt in air to form magnesium oxide. This magnesium oxide got accumulated down in your pellet. Now what you have to do is, collect this ash and mix it with small amount of water. ये जो ash अपने पास जो pellet में जमा हो गया है, उसे लीजिए, उसको पानी में डाल दीजिए और उसको stir करते रहिए. अभी आपको क्या करना है कि अभी आपको blue litmus paper लेना है और red litmus paper लेना है, और आपको टेस्ट करना है कि क्या हो सकता है. तो अभी आप सोच के बताइए कि क्या होगा. क्या वो रेड लिटमस को ब्लू कन्वर्ट कर देगा या फिर वो ब्लू लिटमस को रेड कन्वर्ट कर देगा? Think over it. We are mixing magnesium oxide with water. Okay, friends. So over here, if you look at the equation right there, it is magnesium oxide plus water gives magnesium hydroxide. And since you all know that in the previous lesson we saw that magnesium hydroxide is basic in nature, therefore this solution will turn red litmus paper blue. So what did you observe? Is there any new substance formed? Yes. What is that new substance? The new substance is ash. And is magnesium hydroxide acidic or basic? You all know the answer to this question better well. It is basic in nature. Now it's the time for the second activity. The second activity is a much more interesting and a much more thoughtful one. So करना क्या है इसमें? आपको एक कप में पानी लेना है, टम्बलर बीकर लेना है. Dissolve about teaspoonful of copper sulfate. Copper sulfate का मतलब होता है blue vitriol और नीला थोटा. In about half a cup of water in a glass tumbler or a beaker. You have to take a beaker, you have to pour half a cup of water into it, and then you have to take copper sulfate and you have to mix it into it. And then what you have to do, you have to add a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid to the solution. You will get a blue colored solution. The color of the solution is blue in color. Now what you have to do, you have to take 2 test tubes. In one test tube you have to pour this solution, in the another one also you have to do the same. Now what you have to do, keep the first test tube in a test tube stand and take the another test tube and put one nail into the test tube. Okay? You can also take a shaving blade. Anything that is made up of iron would be fine, well and good. And then you have to wait for half an hour or so. You have to observe carefully. And do you know, to your surprise, the results are really, really magical in nature. Are you ready to find out what is the result of this solution? Dun dun dun! The color was blue in color, but after half an hour it turned green in color. So friends, hashtag new substance formed is iron sulfate and the deposit is of copper. You cannot believe me now? Just see the reaction over here. Over here, copper sulfate solution, which was blue in color, reacted with the iron over there, and iron displaced copper from its copper sulfate solution. forming iron sulfate, which is green in color, and copper, which was brown and could be deposited on the blade or the iron nail. हिंदी में बताती हूँ क्या हुआ है. कॉपर सल्फेट का सोल्यूशन ब्लू कलर में था. अब जैसे ही उसमें नेल डाला तो क्या हुआ कि जो आयरन था, नेल किसका बना होता है? आयरन का. जो आयरन था उसने कॉपर को उसके सल्फेट सोल्यूशन से खींच निकाला, मतलब उसको उसने रिप्लेस कर दिया और खुद बन गया आयरन सल्फेट. और क्या हो गया? कॉपर बेचारे को अकेला छोड़ दिया. अब समझे आप? अब हम आते हैं हमारे थर्ड एक्सपेरिमेंट पे. नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इन द थर्ड एक्सपेरिमेंट, इट इज यू हैव टू टेक a test tube and put some amount of spoonful of vinegar into it. Then you have to add a pinch of baking soda to it. And what would you hear? That is, you will hear a hissing sound. Hissing sound समझते हैं ना आप? ऐसा लगेगा जैसे ऐसा साउंड आएगा और बबल्स निकलते हुए दिखेंगे आपको. बबल्स, बहुत सारी बबलिंग हो रही है, ऐसा ऑब्जर्व करेंगे. नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, यू हैव टू पास दिस एसिड थ्रू अ फ्रेशली प्रिपेयर्ड लाइम वाटर. लाइम वाटर का मतलब चूना पानी, कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड. बार बार बताती हूँ क्योंकि अक्सर बच्चे कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं लाइम वाटर और लेमन वाटर में, इसलिए लाइम वाटर मतलब चूना पानी. And then you have to observe the changes that are taking place. So what happened when we initially mixed vinegar and baking soda? So like I said you in your last unit itself, vinegar is nothing but acetic acid and baking soda is nothing but sodium hydrogen carbonate. So when these both things are reacting with each other, what would be the products formed? It's nothing but carbon dioxide and other substances. What are those other substances? You will learn it later in your higher classes. So what actually happened over here is, see, have a look. When initially vinegar and sodium hydrogen carbonate reacted, you can observe in the figure 1 that bubbles were formed and hissing like sound was released. After that, as soon as you fitted a open cork over there and passed this gas through lime water, to your surprise and to everyone's notice, I would say that the lime water turned milky. It was initially white in color, but it turned milky. Milky color आपको पता है ना? Milky color का मतलब होता है, it's like a very translucent type of a solution. Nor could you transparently see everything, nor it is opaque in nature. It's a translucent like solution. So what happened over here is carbon dioxide reacted with calcium hydroxide, which is nothing but lime water, in order to give calcium carbonate and water. So the hashtag do you know fact over here is lime water turned milky when reacts with carbon dioxide. Hope you have understood this experiment also. So from the first, second and third experiment, what did you observe? If you ask me, I would say that in all the three experiments, there is one or the other new product formed. So a change in which one or more new substances are formed is called a chemical change. A chemical change is also called as a chemical reaction. And to your surprise, it's not that there are only chemicals released or there is only a chemical product formed. The new chemical product or the new products that can be formed that may accompany a given chemical change are heat, light, any other radiation. Do you remember I wrote here other? Carbon dioxide plus other substances. These other substances may include any of them: heat, light, other radiations like ultraviolet for example. Second one is sound. Third one is smell. Fourth is gas, and fifth is gas may be produced. So friends, over here if you see, the basic definition of a chemical change can be that a chemical change in which one or more new substance is formed is called as a chemical change. Moving on, chemical change plays a very crucial role in everyone's life. These are some of the examples which you would have seen in your everyday life but never noticed and never thought that it would be a part of your curriculum right in your 7th standard. So what can be the examples of your chemical changes? Rusting of iron, as I said. Burning of wood. What happens when you burn wood? What is that which gives you heat? When wood is burnt, generally organic matter is burnt in the presence of air, which releases carbon dioxide and lot of heat. Therefore, when you sit near burning wood, you feel very hot. Next is metabolism. Metabolism, if you see, there is a image of your stomach given. Like I said, a stomach contains hydrochloric acid. So what happens is when you digest or intake food, generally the thing that's happening is that when you intake food, it's reacting continuously with the hydrochloric acid present in your stomach, and thus everything is being digested and separated out, including your fats, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, etc sort of things, and being transported to various parts of your body. Next is cooking of an egg. You have already examined these in your kitchens many a time. Baking a cake, when you put some amount of baking powder to it, it becomes more spongy and more instantaneous than rather cooking it without any support. Next is electroplating. Electroplating is a big phenomena which cannot be explained in a minute or two, but in order to just give you a hint, I would say that electroplating is a method in which you can separate, say, hydrogen from oxygen in a water, which means hydrogen and oxygen's mixture. So electroplating means it is generally separating of ions or separation of atoms, or say separation of gases, anything that needs to be separated using electric current, using electrical plates, positive terminals, negative terminals. Next is rotting banana. Once a banana is rotten, can you unrot it back? Not possible, right? Again, vinegar and baking soda mixture, fireworks and chemical battery. These are all the examples of the chemical changes that are taking place around you very often, which you would have realized or not. Just take a note of it, because these things you need to have it at a practical experience, because everything that's around you is somewhere related to you yourself, and nature always gives you an opportunity to explore its own self, provided you are having that ability to just observe things around you. Therefore, observe everything, every small thing that's happening around you. So what is the practical relevance of all these chemical reaction stuff that we had been talking of? So friends, you all know that in our atmosphere we are having blanket. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is generally called as blanket for our earth. Why? Because it protects us from all the sort of harmful radiations, harmful storms, everything that we can think of. But you all know that in the stratosphere up there is a layer called as ozone layer, which has been depleting continuously since the last decade. Why? Because of continuous use of harmful greenhouse gases and all sort of chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, and many other things, the harmful gases which the refrigerators release, the air conditioners release. And what is happening due to that is the ozone layer present up there, which is protecting us from harmful ultraviolet radiations which come from the sun, it's being depleted. A very useful thing for the human survival is being depleted. Therefore, it's very important to know that the ozone is also #chemical effect only. Breaking down of ozone is a chemical effect. So why is this happening? So oxygen absorbs this radiation and breaks down to oxygen. What does this mean? Generally, if suppose for you giving example, I would say that our earth is covered with many layers. What happens is when this sunlight, and when our earth is facing towards the sun, as soon as the sunlight hits the earth, some 70% of the radiations are absorbed, which are good, and 30% are radiated back. The part which is absorbed in the earth inside, which reaches to us, needs also to be reflected back. Why? Because otherwise, if this hot sunlight is trapped in our earth's surface, it will increase the earth's temperature, which is happening nowadays, this phenomena which we generally call as global warming. So what happens when the gases all around us like carbon dioxide, heavy emissions, pollutants like sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, all these gases are released into the air. Sometimes oxygen also reacts with a single oxygen particle and forms ozone. Ozone on the ground layer, that means till the layer of troposphere, till the first atmospheric layer, it is very very harmful in nature, because if we breathe ozone, it may lead to instantaneous fatal situation. तो हमारे लिए ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जब हम इतनी सारी चीज़ें यूज़ कर रहे हैं, AC, फ्रिज and all sort of sophisticated things that we are using about, we are also polluting our environment, and we are generally depleting the most important hashtag life saver of us, ozone. So coming on to another practical relevance of chemical change, that is burning of coal, wood, leaves is also a chemical change. Burning of any substance is a chemical change. Burning is often accompanied by production of heat. If you burn coal, you will feel heat. If you burn wood, you feel heat. If you burn leaves, you will feel heat. Why is it so? Coal is pure source of carbon. If you burn carbon in the presence of air, it will release carbon dioxide and heat, a general oxidation phenomena. लेकिन अगर हम वुड और लीव्स को बर्न करते हैं तो क्या होता है, हम ऑर्गेनिक मैटर फिर से किससे बना हुआ है, कार्बन से ही बना हुआ है. तो अल्टीमेटली हम कुछ भी बर्न करते हैं, हीट का रिलीज होना तो कंपलसरी है. अब आते हैं हम आज के हैव यू एवर थॉट वाले क्वेश्चन पे. तो आज का हैव यू एवर थॉट वाला क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपने कभी नोटिस किया है कि जब आप फटाके फोड़ते हैं दिवाली के वक्त, तो वो किस तरह का चेंज हो सकता है? नहीं सोचा ना आपने? तो सोचिए. एक्सप्लोजन ऑफ अ फायरवर्क इज अ केमिकल चेंज. Why is it so? Because explosion produces heat, light, sound and unpleasant gases that pollute the atmosphere. Why do we always prefer, or why do we always suggest everyone to make eco-friendly Diwali? The reason is very simple. जब आप ये फटाके फोड़ते हैं, इनके अंदर जो हार्मफुल केमिकल्स होते हैं, इनके अंदर जो हार्मफुल मटेरियल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, ये डायरेक्टली बर्न कर होते हैं और सीधे हमारे सांस लेने की हवा में, मतलब हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर में ही घुल जाते हैं. ये आपके लिए और मेरे लिए नहीं, ये पूरे वर्ल्ड के लिए एक बहुत बहुत बड़ा खतरा हो सकता है. द नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ केमिकल चेंज इज दैट if you just smell any spoiled food, so what do you understand by this is, जब आप किसी रॉटन फूड को, ख़राब हो जाता है खाना, तो आप लोग ने मम्मियों को ऑब्जर्व किया होगा, अगर गर्मी के मौसम में सुबह का खाना रहता है, उसको अगर रात को, उसको बस मम्मा को अगर पता करना है कि वो खाना अच्छा है कि बुरा है, शी विल जस्ट टेक अ स्मेल ऑफ इट एंड उनको पता चल जाता है वेदर इट इज़ गुड और नॉट. इट्स बिकॉज रॉटन फूड की स्मेल बहुत अलग टाइप की होती है. इट्स लाइक अ रियली nasty type of thing. So can we call this also as a chemical change? Yes, surely we can. And the last one is that कभी सेब खा के उसको ऐसे खा के आधा छोड़ दिया है, और अगर छोड़ दिया है तो बाद में आके ऑब्जर्व किए हो कि उसके ऊपर एक ब्राउन कलर की लेयर फॉर्म हो जाती है. वो लेयर क्यों फॉर्म होती है? क्योंकि वो एप्पल भी ऑक्सीडाइज हो जाता है, वो एप्पल ब्राउन कलर का कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. तो ये भी एक केमिकल चेंज है. सो फ्रेंड्स, I have tried to explain you about the various chemical changes that are taking place around us and all the topics that we need to cover from the physical and chemical changes. I have covered it. The next topic would be regarding the rusting of iron. I hope you all are enjoying the sessions. If you have any single doubt, please contact us. We will surely help you out with that. Till that, stay safe, stay learning. Thank you so much.